What's going on, guys? Welcome to my channel. And today I want to do a little bit something a little bit different. I want to go and do something that I will be calling um, throwback showcase, and this will be my first one. And yeah, just a little feature, a little video making, taking a look. Little bit of insight into my vast collection of comic books. I've been collecting comic books since basically 1987. Um, I remember walking into a drugstore and I saw a copy of Crisis on Infinite Earths #7. I saw Superman holding Supergirl, and Supergirl was dead, and a whole bunch of superheroes in the back mourning, and Superman was crying. And man, I was a little kid, and I saw that comic book on the shelf in a drugstore, and it just blew me away. And I was like, Superman's crying. To me, Superman crying was, it didn't happen. I got hooked from there into with DC Comics, and I had already come across even before that moment. In my own country, I had come across a lot of comic books. I had been reading, and I knew about comic books since I was a little kid. I used to read, Donald Duck comic books, Mickey Mouse comic books, and a lot of humorous comic books from back in the day. I knew about Superman, from Super Friends. I knew about the Fantastic Four, the Avengers. But at some point, I was a little kid. There was a gap in time, and I, comics wasn't my thing as a kid. I was into a lot of other stuff, toys and all that stuff. Life goes on, but I think I was 12 or maybe 11, and I, you know, I saw that comic book, Crisis on Infinite Earth #7, on in that shelf at that drugstore, and that love for comic books resurfaced, and I was hooked from there because I was already big enough to look him up, and to buy him, and I'm an artist at heart, and so here we are, just to make it a point to give you an idea of my love for comic books. They've been part of my life for a long time. And over here, we're gonna take a look in my first throwback showcase. We're gonna take a look at Wolverine. 150 was the 150th issue was the year 2000, and this guy Steve Scross took over, and he was a writer and artist, and he did a great job. He took Wolverine back to his samurai roots, and his run was a lot more grounded. Back in the day, Marvel Comics was all about comics, man. They had those long runs, and they celebrated the milestones of a comic book hitting the 150th issue, and this guy Steve Scross, he just came and put his mark on Wolverine, and it was a great run. It's so here's the cover, and yeah, man, very, like I mentioned, very grounded Wolverine stories, where a lot of martial arts, a lot of suspense. They play like action movies, and this is before the first X-Men movie ever hit theaters, and Wolverine, you know, for you kids out there, Wolverine. In his days, the real Wolverine from the comics is a short, very short guy, stocky, muscular, no nonsense, and greedy, and he had bloody battles, and love interest, and it was all there. Steve Scross, who I never heard from again after his run in Wolverine. He just put his mark on it, and it was great stuff. This is the 150th issue, and yeah, man, it's from the year 2000, and yeah, it's great, great stuff. You know, if you ever come across that comic book, it has a little feature uh, with Steve Scross giving a little peek, you know, insight into his pencil work, the his designs for the characters and stuff. Very good stuff. And yeah, man, I just wanted you guys to take a look at that, this wonderful 150th issue of Wolverine. I have countless of Wolverine comic books. He's one of my favorite characters. I can't say I love what they've been doing with him for the last 10 years. Then again, Marvel Comics is not the same as it used to be. They used to produce amazing comic books and hire writers and very genuine, talented artists that did double duty, like Steve Cross here, who wrote and illustrated, uh, a very big chunk of Wolverine's ongoing back in the day. Look at this. This is all him. Um, issue 152, 150T, 53, and then this is when Frank Thierry took over in issue 160. He was another great creative team, and but after 152, I have the other issues. It's just I gotta look them up. They are stored. Just my collection of comic books is vast, and I love Wolverine, man. I love Wolverine. He is an amazing character, but I like more. I don't like the God tired Wolverine, the one that's always taking surviving battles with the Hulk and stuff like that. I like the more grounded Wolverine. And back in the day, in his own ongoing, Wolverine was more of a street tire. He had more grounded adventures that had to do a lot with there was a lot of dramatic stuff, a lot of mystery, martial arts, things that had samurai themed stories that had to do with honor and friendships and betrayals and stuff like that. Great stuff. So there it is, my first throwback showcase video that I made for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, and keep watching, and please subscribe to my channel, and look up my mini videos where I do artwork and stuff, and my reviews on current modern comic books. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.